Is it recording? There we go, we're recording.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can see I've got audience of 6. Okay, so my quick short speech is going to be on childhood obesity in the US. So things we're going to cover is how prevalent is childhood obesity in America, what can be done to reverse the epidemic, and which programs are already in place that are proven to be effective. So these were shocking. I looked at some statistics, and according to the CDC, in the last 30 years, childhood obesity has doubled in children and quadrupled in adolescents. In 2012, more than a third of American kids were either overweight or obese, which is pretty shocking.
They're doing PE online.
Well, exactly. That's exactly it. So what are the health risks? Short term,
Halo, Call of Duty. Yeah.
Exactly.
Those are health risks.
So you got high blood pressure, diabetes, sleep apnea, and depression. Obviously, depression is a big thing with the body image, and then the whole social media and kids being bullied. Long term, you've got heart disease, stroke, and cancer, but obviously it's a little bit further down the line. So, big question is, what can we do to reverse this? It's already happening. It's already snowballing. How can we, make an impact on the kids? So first thing is diet. I mean, ultimately, parents have responsibility to their own kids. But then that being said, there's no arguing that if a child is at school for 6-7 hours a day, 5 days a week, the school has a part in that too. So what they're fed and how much exercise they do, affects that child in a huge way. There are advocates, Jamie Oliver, who's really tried to affect the school food in England and here. And then Michelle Obama, love her or hate her, she has tried to make the food better in schools. The current diet, or the old school diet, as you know, obesity is linked to high calories, high refined sugars, refined starches. That's pretty much what was being fed our kids: chicken nuggets, French fries, hot dogs, burgers. So the irony is that our kids are actually overfed yet malnourished. They're getting all these macronutrients, but the micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, they're deficient in. And the selections that they have at school, or had at school, were very, very poor. They didn't really have an option to eat well. So the changes being proposed, removing the high-calorie beverages, so the whole chocolate milk, the sodas, replacing the empty calories with whole foods. So instead of having the French fries, actually putting the broccoli, more greens instead of everything being just starch. And then also changing the portion requirements, because as of now, the way it was, you could have so many fruits or fruit servings in a pizza, or a burger because it had a slice of lettuce on it. So they're revamping that to make sure the kids are getting the proper nutrition. So another shocking thing was 30 years ago, daily PE on an activity side was in every school. Today, 4% of elementary schools, 7% of middle schools, and only 2% of high schools have daily PE, which to me is completely unacceptable. So the argument has been, well, that some of them have these school teams. Well, the problem with that is the kids on the school teams have been picked for their activity, for their prowess. So those aren't the kids you're worried about and getting fat. It's the ones that don't qualify, the ones that play World of Warcraft. And they're either not picked or they're intimidated by it.
DJ, didn't you play World of Warcraft? Oh.
So the other problem is that there's bench time. Baseball, football, if you're not actually playing the game at that time, there's a lot of sitting around too, which is not really getting the kids fit. So some of the positive changes that are happening, obviously I'm a CrossFit advocate. CrossFit is actually being accepted more and more and more in high schools. So a lot of the coaches, the PE coaches, are bringing in CrossFit programs. CrossFit has its own CrossFit Kids program that they have. The good thing about CrossFit is you can have the out of shape, overweight kid next to the varsity quarterback, and they can do the same workout, just different weights, different levels, but work out side by side. So not only are you getting these kids fit, you're also getting them to interact with each other, getting them off their Facebook, and getting them to cheer each other on. They may not even talk outside of the gym. So you're bringing that whole social thing back that you get from team sports and the old PE. So, in conclusion, this childhood obesity we have is an epidemic. There's no other way to describe it. It's going to kill, kill a lot of our kids, and with this, the first generation moments projected to actually be outlived by their parents, which has never happened, since the history of time, pretty much. So diet and exercise changes happen at home, but they also need to happen in schools. So parents need to put pressure on the schools and the government to reverse, this demise of exercise and this horrendous diet that we have. If you want to learn any more, the CDC website has several of the things that I've talked about. Jamie Oliver's Food Revolution, CrossFit Kids website, Kids Act. So I'm sure you'll be looking at all those. And that concludes my speech. Thank you.
Thank you.